He found her diary, a small leather-bound book tucked away in the back of her closet. He wasn't snooping, not really. He was just looking for an old photo album, but there it was. His name was on the first page, written in her familiar, elegant script. He smiled, thinking it was a book of sweet memories, their shared moments. He opened it, his heart full of a warmth that would soon turn to ice. The first few entries were just as he expected. The story of their meeting, their first date, the day he proposed. He read on, nostalgia washing over him. But then the tone shifted. A new name appeared, a colleague from her work. At first it was innocent. Lunch meetings, jokes shared over a project. But the entries became more frequent, more detailed. The language grew more intimate, secretive. He felt a cold dread creep up his spine. His hands started to shake. This couldn't be right. He read about late-night calls, secret gifts, and a weekend trip she'd claimed was a business conference. Each word was a dagger, twisting in his gut. The woman he loved, the woman he had built a life with, was living a double life. The diary detailed her excitement, her guilt, but mostly her passion for this other man. He closed the book, the leather cool against his numb fingers. The room Argetty silent, but his mind was screaming. Every shared laugh, every I love you, every future plan they had made now felt like a lie. He looked around their home, the life they had built together. The photos on the wall mocked him, frozen smiles from a time he thought was real. He was a ghost in his own life, and he hadn't even known it. For weeks, he said nothing. He watched her, this stranger living in his wife's skin. He saw the secret smiles at her phone, the hurried texts she thought he didn't notice. He played the part of the loving husband, but inside, he was crumbling. Sleep offered no escape. He'd lie awake, her words from the diary echoing in his mind, replaying every deceit, every stolen moment she had given to another. His work suffered, his friends noticed he was distant, withdrawn. He lost weight. The reflection in the mirror was a hollowed-out version of the man he used to be. The joy was gone from his eyes, replaced by a permanent sadness. He was drowning in her betrayal, and she didn't even have the decency to throw him a lifeline. She just kept smiling, oblivious to the destruction she had caused. The day he finally confronted her, it wasn't with a roar, but with a whisper. He placed the diary on the kitchen table between them. "I read it," was all he said. The color drained from her face. The mask of the perfect wife shattered, revealing the liar beneath. She started with excuses, then apologies, then tears. But he heard none of it. It was just noise. The man she loved, the man she had promised to cherish, was already gone. She begged, she pleaded, she promised it was a mistake. She said she loved him, only him. But how could he believe her? Her own words, written in her own hand, had proven her a liar. He looked at her, truly looked at her, and saw not the woman he had married, but the architect of his heartbreak. He felt nothing. Not anger, not sadness, just a vast empty void where his love for her used to be. He packed a bag. As he walked out the door of the home they had built, he didn't look back. He didn't want to see her face, didn't want to hear her pleas. He just wanted to escape the wreckage of his life. He drove 4 hours with no destination in mind. The open road, a stark contrast to the claustrophobic life he had been living. He was free, but he was also completely and utterly broken. Years passed. He rebuilt his life piece by painful piece. He found a new city, a new job, new friends. He even learned to trust again, to love again, but the scars remained. They were a part of him now, a constant reminder of the betrayal that had almost destroyed him. He never forgot, but he learned to live with the memory. He learned to be whole again on his own terms. One day, in a coffee shop thousands of miles from his old life, he saw her. She was older, the lines of regret etched around her eyes. She saw him too, and for a moment, the world stopped. She approached him, her voice trembling as she said his name. She told him how sorry she was, how she had thought of him every day, how she had never forgiven herself. He listened, his expression unreadable, and when she was done, he just nodded. He didn't offer forgiveness, nor did he offer condemnation. He simply said, "I hope you've found peace," and then he walked away, leaving her standing there with the ghost of the man she had destroyed. He was no longer that man. He was a survivor, and his future was his own. The diary was just a story from a past life, a chapter he had finally, definitively closed.